Today, we're going to talk about staging, and I know what you're thinking. Sarah, how can you talk about staging when this is the background of your video? We're going to clean it, don't worry, because I want to show you the power of taking an image of something like this that you're trying to sell with this in the background to this. Imagine I just like smash into it by accident. Anywho, aren't these adorable? Okay, I did have to get rid of that mirror because it was just like a little trippy, I feel like. Okay, I do know that this is truly a weird angle and I need to clean up, but again, we're gonna do that. Also, this is the only window in my entire basement. I mean, I'm so happy to even have a window in my basement. I just really need to use any natural light that I can get down here, so. Okay, so let's talk about staging. Staging is not only one of the most fun aspects of furniture flipping, I think, but I also think it's one of the most important steps to take when you're furniture flipping, or even if you are not furniture flipping, let's just say you're selling a piece of your furniture or something in your house on Facebook Marketplace and you want to maximize the profit because you feel it's a good item, good quality, whatever. So you want to get your money's worth. Taking a little bit of time to add in a couple of decor pieces to help the buyer just envision like, oh, this is so cute and this is how I could style it. It's going to help you get the price that you want. And when it comes to staging, you do not have to go crazy. As you can see, I gave myself like a little staging wall, but for me, that was more out of like fun. I just wanted to create a staging wall, but you do not need to create that. If you just have a blank wall in your house. Also, for me, I didn't really have, we had like wood paneling behind this, but it was like not in good condition. And then behind you is like cinder blocks that are like 14 different colors because I'm in the middle of painting them, but let alone it's cinder blocks. So when I first started staging, I just didn't really have even just like a blank wall. I would have to hike my furniture up from my basement up to my main living quarters and have to stage somewhere in my house. So for me, painting a wall down here just made the most sense because I do my pieces down here. But yeah, if you just have a blank wall, that's good to start with. And then really just starting with like some little knickknacks on the pieces that you're doing. So whether it's like nightstands, a dresser, just something that just makes it look nice and that it's like, and it just elevates your piece. So we're gonna clean this up and then I'm gonna show you using a pair of nightstands that I just finished how we can just make it a little bit cuter. And I am not an interior designer. I'm not like a stylist. I honestly didn't even consider myself to be like artsy or creative up until like a couple of years ago. Barely that, maybe like a year ago, 6 months ago. But I'm just learning the more you do things and the more you just test out, you just start to learn like what looks good and also just like what you prefer. Like, I don't really believe that anything ever looks like bad or like people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah is hideous when it comes to like design styles. And I'm like, okay, for you, it's hideous, but for someone else, like they probably love that. And of course, there's always like mainstream tips, right, on how to like interior decorate and what's, going on with the trends and things like that. I don't know. I just like to do things that look good to you and make you feel good and feel happy. And that's what we're gonna do today. So, all right, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, we're just gonna clear everything down here. I've been using this as like a work table floor while I've been working on these nightstands. So also, if you ever feel like I'm just like giving a little in the video, it's because I feel like I'm like too tall for the frame. So I'm gonna be like, just no head. So I feel like sometimes in some of my videos, I'm like moving like this. Okay, all right, so let's just move this there for a second. All right, let's put the power tools back. Okay. I've got 1,000,000,000 bajillion quadrillion screws. Never thought I'd own so many screws in my life. Trash, 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 trash. Put them together and we'll organize them later. Got some hardware. And then a couple of toolies. Oh, found another screw. More screws. When you start furniture flipping, you just realize your life is ruled by the wrong size screws. Okay. You guys want to know a secret? All this stuff, I'm not even organizing right now. I'm just putting it out of the frame. And that's the beauty of staging, because what you don't see, you don't know. This is cleaning and organizing for another time. Also, old hardware will also rule your life when you start furniture flipping, because you're like, do I get rid of it? Do I donate it? Do I keep that? I do try and reuse hardware as much as I can. Honestly, hardware is expensive. Like when I say hardware, I'm talking about the little knobs or pulls on a piece. And I like to reuse as much as I can, like either just clean them up or even spray paint them a different color, you know, top coat them, because it's expensive. And if I can just reuse it, perfect. But sometimes you just can't work with what you're given. So usually I have got this rug and I'll just look for screws and just anything else that would not fare well being vacuumed up. Okay, now we're gonna vacuum. All right. Is this blue rug gonna be too much with the blue? Is that like a lot for your eyeball? I don't know, it's actually kind of cute maybe. So that's the other thing that you do not have to do in the beginning, I feel like, is like get a rug, a staging rug, because rugs, they're a little bit pricey. So that was something I really like hunted out for months. I bought this like $20 clearance rug when I first started. It was like, I think it was like a 4x6, like it was small. And so I remember taking all my pictures like exactly like cropped like right there, so you couldn't see because it was just a small rug. Whereas this is, oh wait, no, maybe this is a 4x6. It was even smaller than that. I don't know. It was smaller than this. Whatever. No, this is a 5x8, I think. So I did really have to get a rug because I'll show you my floors. Ooh, looks like you can already start to see the disaster of them. Yeah, like I can't stage on that. So here we are. Also, you see that? Yeah, it's been haunting me too. It's not a ghost or anything. It's just, when I first started furniture flipping, I was probably, as you can tell with what I've said so far, really trying to be savvy and scrappy and just spend the least amount of money possible. So I remember I got like a couple of discount paints for like wicked cheap that I mixed together, and then I used that to paint this staging wall. But then I forgot to give myself like a little bit of like touch-up paint, because then I ended up using that paint and like mix it with something else, so it was gone forever. So now anytime I need to touch up a spot on this wall, I don't have an exact match. And I haven't needed a touch up until like a little while ago, and that happened. And so I really just need to repaint the whole wall and learn from my mistakes. So anyways, we're gonna ignore that for now. I think I really kind of love the blue with the blue. I don't know, it might be a little much like in an ideal situation, but for a staging photo, I think it's gonna be fine. All right, so we're gonna get this one down. I've actually never done this by myself before. Like I've gotten pieces on by myself, but not off, and I'm just like, how I do this? I'm just gonna lift it because, let's be honest, I can do that. There's probably an easier way, but. Flat back, flat back. What's from the legs? Okay, also a nice thing about having a little rug is you kind of have a center point, so that's a little bit helpful. So I feel like we're right there. This is when I start getting excited. Okay, you can't tell me, even just this, just putting the rug and then the wall, that is so frustrating. But like, how much cuter are they already? Okay, so I've acquired these knickknacks from all my little staging stuff. So we got some like flowers. I just bought those yesterday and I'm so excited. I might use them. They just had like the blue in them. And yeah, a couple decor pieces, picture frames, books, coffee mug. And then I also got this yesterday. It's a tissue box cover. I don't know. I feel like the wood could be really cute with it. So we'll see. But yeah, I kind of stuck with like, because of the hardware, I've got the gold. So I kind of stuck with like gold and really not too much like brass. Like this is a little brassy, but I think it'll be fine. And then just kind of like whites, blues, obviously some like florals. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's do some books first. I feel like that might be a little bit too big. Maybe not if we do the middle. That could be cute, but also I feel like then it kind of takes away from the whole top of the piece. So yeah, I mean, these are coffee table books, you know, not really nightstand table books. So let's try these. I only have really like black books. I have some other ones. It also has the gold lettering in it, so I feel like that could be cute. And honestly, black, like if I didn't go with gold hardware, black hardware could have gone with this, nickel or silver could have gone with this easily. I don't know, I also don't love the black. Let's try, I mean, these could be so adorable. That could be cute. What about this little nightstand or lamp? That is very cute, but it does look a little bit weird now, I think, with the lamp being so small and the flowers being bigger. So I don't know, maybe this is too small for, I think I really want to use this mug. And I have these like little white stone-ish coasters, so that it's freaking adorable. All right, I think that's too Easter. It's too Easter for me. Like, what is that? Like, that's kind of freaking cute. Okay, I think I really like that, actually. Not sure about the coffee mug anymore, but, and then maybe the candle. That's kind of cute. Okay, let's just try maybe these in here. I don't know, that is like really freaking cute. Okay, I don't know, I just feel like that is so sweet. Okay, so this is too small for scale. And again, like I'm saying these things like too small for scale. The scale in my brain, like I'm not going by any interior scale reference here. It just, the scale in my brain says it's too small. I feel like I kind of love that. I'm not sure about the candle, but we'll see. But, and then maybe we do like a coffee cup on this side where it's like more, like that's more like decor. And then this one's like actual practical nightstand use. I don't know. Okay. I have never done this before. Again, this is when I start to feel like I'm hunching because am I in the frame? I don't know. Yeah, no, I feel like they need to come down. So I've never put tissues in a staging thing before because I don't know, they're tissues like, but I just saw this really cute cover. Is that not just freaking so cute? But like, is that weird to imagine like sniffling noses while you're buying a piece of furniture? Maybe. Okay, what are we thinking? Okay, so yeah, I like to step back every now and then and be like, does this look good? Because now I'm just seeing it and I'm like, no, this looks like you're recovering from the flu. You know what I mean? We're taking the flu items away because it doesn't. It's not the vibe I'm going for. So maybe, and also like the candle isn't really, I didn't love it. Honestly, sometimes just keeping it minimal is really kind of where you let the piece shine. Let's try this. Also, be aware, so like this is a metal frame, and I mean, even though I've top coated the piece, you just want to be aware like when you're putting stuff on not to like scrape your piece. So I'm always very careful about this frame. That's kind of cute, and actually the yellow kind of works with like the gold. Black books. And then maybe even just like these over here. I don't know if honestly these, like, if we just want to keep it real simple like that, what if we just, like, I just feel like they're so cute. Maybe I just don't need a whole video on staging, and I'm like, just don't even do it. No. Okay. What do we think of that? Okay, that's cute. I feel like it is a little bit strange because I have a couple different whites going on. Like these two are like pure whites, whereas this is like a cream. Okay, I added that photo in. Edwin's coming to inspect. And I feel like it did kind of pull it all together. It just needed some variation. There was too much like white going on. So, okay, I'm liking that. Also, I have these things, which I think could be really cute. I just have to hang them. I don't know if I want to do that right now, but like there's a hole already in my wall. Like if I did something like that, would that be freaking cute? Okay, yeah, I think these are cute. I'm gonna keep it as is because if you keep putzing with stuff, you putz and you putz, you're just gonna drive yourself insane. All right, we're putzing because if we're not putzing, what are we doing? This is my favorite part. So I just want to see how it's gonna look. We are not measuring. You can't. You cannot make me measure. We're just going for it, and if it doesn't look good, I'm just gonna pull them off. I think maybe something like this. We're going for it. All right, we're just gonna start. Wait, let's go back. If I want it, that's where I want it. Maybe a little over. Bam. Right there. Okay, I think this is the final product. So she gonna look something like that. Ah! I love it. Okay, but in one last final attempt to cover up that, because I just feel it is pretty stupid, we're gonna try and move them a little bit to the left and see if I can have that frame cover it up. Okay. Oh God, now it's on the freaking light bulb? Are you kidding me? Okay, I just turned the light bulb off because thankfully we do have a little bit of daylight. If there is somewhere where you can sage that has natural light coming through, it's gonna do the most. That's covered up, so if we move this a little bit this way, I think we'll be good. Basically, I just don't wanna take a picture in the frame and have like my floor in it. It's no longer gonna be centered, but because I think most photos will be like here, you can't even see that there's supposed to be like a center point, you know? Isn't she lovely? Like, come on. This is just when you get to like relish in your achievements, you know? Like you just worked so hard flipping these pieces of furniture. Okay, I think they look really, really great. Okay, and so lastly, when you're taking photos, obviously this is a video right now, but I'll include some of the photos that I used. You want to get a couple of different angles and everything, right? So like the first one, and again, the angle's gonna be different because I'm in video format versus photo. So like when you go to take the photos, you want one with like the both of them. I'm gonna try and get this and this out as much as possible. And then I'll do some close-ups of like the hardware, the detailing, like those flowers are just so freaking cute. I'll do ones with the drawers open so they can see the inside. Yeah, I'll just do a couple angles. I'll do one kind of like from the side so they can see what the side of the pieces look like. Definitely of the tops. I get a few of the tops, and especially if I stage something with a lot of knickknacks, sometimes I'll even just take all the knickknacks off and just get a photo of the top so, you know, they can see everything. And then, yeah, like I'll get one of that side. Seriously, the more pictures you can put on, the better. I don't know why I sound so out of breath. I think I'm just so excited. Okay, so I hope that was fun. I hope you learned something. Really, staging is just like truly trial and error. Yeah, seeing what fits and what works, and it does not have to be perfect. Like, I don't know, an interior decorator could look at this and be like, this is awful. But I think it's good enough and it works, and I think the average Joe is gonna look at these photos and be like, wow, these are so cute. And that's really what you're going for. Like, you're not submitting, this is not a portfolio photo for me to be an interior decorator. This is a staging photo to sell a nightstand. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. I think the last thing I want to say, like, I just was kind of thinking about this. I just want to clarify that like staging is really just to like, it's just trying to pull your hard work all together. And I mean, this is how someone would probably decorate the piece in their home, right? Like, staging isn't about like fooling anyone. You don't want to do any tomfoolery. You're not trying to trick anyone into thinking this is a better piece than it is, kind of thing. Like, this is a solid piece. I'm very proud of my work and everything that I put into it. It's got good bones, good structure. There's nothing functionally wrong with it. It looks good. So I just want to showcase that. But like, I'm not taking like a janky piece and being like, ooh, I'm gonna rob people of their money. Like, that's not what staging is about. If you're doing it for that, then I don't know, maybe you want to check yourself. So yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I had to add that in. Maybe for the haters that are just like, okay, well, I had fun. I hope you had fun. And if you want to see more videos like this, come hang out, come subscribe and comment. Let me know if you think like I should have changed it out with something else in my arsenal. I'm always looking for new ideas and stuff. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks for watching.